Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Nathan Hartley, Invest in You. And today I want to give you my stock analysis for Uber and just a few reasons on why I believe so much in the company. If you guys wouldn't mind, please
Like, subscribe.
And if you want to skip to a specific part of the and if you want to skip to a and if you guys want If you guys want to skip to a specific part in the video, I left timestamps down below for your guys' convenience. Thank you guys, and let's get started. So pretty much everyone has probably taken an Uber in their life, and if you haven't, you've taken something similar to it like Lyft. Now, Uber is the #1 competitor in most areas of the world. The only two places that they aren't is China and Russia, and in those places, they bought a minority share of those companies that they were competing against. And the reason why they weren't successful with their company over in those countries were because those countries have certain regulations and wanted to support their own local businesses for their own competition against Uber. So instead of competing against them, they just joined them and are now getting a portion of those profits from those companies. Uber Ridesharing is their only profitable portion of their business. Now, they have other portions of their business that they are ramping and scaling and reinvesting their earnings into those so that they can make those profitable as well. And hopefully they'll reach profitability with the rest of the sections by the end of 2021. But we'll all have to see. And next is Uber Eats. Uber Eats is one of their newer sections of their company. They're currently ramping up that section and it's expanding faster than DoorDash, faster than Grubhub, those other industries. And with everything that's going on right now, they are one of the #1 or 2 people who are delivering food for those small companies and helping America thrive. In their next section, Uber Freight, they've totally disrupted freight bookers who usually take a 15 to 20% commission just for being that middleman. And there was a lot of red tape in this industry, a lot of improvement that needed to be had. So whenever they started this, they did it and modeled it just after the Uber Rides program. So you can rate your trucker, the person who's coming in and getting your shipment. You can rate the person who you're picking up the shipment from, how quickly they can hook everything up and load your cargo. You can do it based off of the facilities that the shipper provides, on if you're able to use the restroom, or if you have a nice place to sit that's air conditioned with maybe some snacks. And it's really giving people valuable advice on how people can create a more positive infrastructure, do it cheaper because there's less time waiting for your cargo, less time trying to get out of those cargo yards and getting your cargo going. So this could ultimately save money for the person who's doing the distribution, ground freight, and as well as those people who are actually loading the cargo because they have a way to look at the data and get positive feedback based off that rating. So that's a very large part of their business. This is an industry that's worth $1.3 trillion a year between the United States, Canada, and Europe. So this is an industry that's ripe for disruption. There's a lot of good tech that Uber is bringing to the table that's really going to revolutionize this industry, and they're taking huge market share out of it. They're doing a little bit in the autonomous driving sector, and that's not a huge part of their business, but they are giving it a shot. They are hiring tech people to go ahead and move that part of their business forward because ultimately that's going to raise their margins so that they don't have to pay drivers in order to run that cargo. They can just rent out the vehicles and then have that cargo be shipped or have those personnel be dropped off or have that food be dropped off in a seamless manner and increase their margins. They've also invested in companies like Jump for those scooters and bicycles that are electric powered to get you from your doorstep in busy cities where a car and traffic would just be prohibitive to get you from point A to point B. I believe it's around 15 cents to get into the actual vehicle that you want to use, the scooter or bike, as well as about 30 cents per mile to be able to use those. They've also invested in other competitors like Lime Scooters to be able to use their scooters on that Uber platform as well. So they have a minority stake in that company, and it's just another example on how they're spreading out their company to hit multiple different industries and to disrupt and innovate multiple different industries as well. Elevate is one of the newest parts of their industry that they're trying to create, and they want to have it up and running by 2023. This is a point A to point B travel, which is about 200 to 300 miles, maybe even 100 miles, and it's vertical aircraft takeoff, and they want to build these centers where it's going to be cheaper and more efficient, battery operated. So with these little centers, it's just going to be shorter travel, cheaper prices, and they want to build their little air centers along the sides of highways to where you can take your Uber or you can take your little moped that you can rent from them. You can get to your location and then take off. Now they have some pilot programs with this, with helicopters, and they're working into maybe some small jets just to try to get that program started. Well, that's it for today. If you guys really liked what you see, feel free to give me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. And remember, I'm not giving any investment advice. This is just what I personally would do, and I'm just here to try to help you do some research, and you always verify my research with your own.